It seems like knowing about what a simple sentence is in English should be, well, simple. However, because of phrases, independent clauses, dependent clauses, it becomes a little more challenging. In this video, we'll break down these basic building blocks of sentences and put them together again to form simple sentences. Let's begin by reviewing these words: phrase, independent clause, dependent clause, and simple sentence. Have a look and match these sentences to their definitions. Did you get it? Let's check your answers. Now, we know what those words mean, but what do they really mean? Let's try to find out. Here are some examples. Where would they belong? How did you do? Let's look at why. This is a phrase. There is no subject and no verb. Here is an independent clause. There's a subject and a verb and a complete thought. Next is a dependent clause. Although employees often work independently on day-to-day tasks, there is definitely a subject and a verb here, so why can it not stand alone? Aha, the word although. Certain words put in front of a clause can make it dependent. Can you think of other words like this? Here are a few more examples. Even though, when, while, before, after, if, and because. Adding these words immediately transforms a subject and verb into a dependent clause because people expect information to follow. And this is a simple sentence. There's a subject and a verb and a complete thought with no words like even though or although added to it. Have you noticed something about these two definitions and sentences? If you guess that they are almost the same, then you are absolutely right. An independent clause is a simple sentence. Now that we know what a simple sentence is, you might think, that's it. That's all there is to know. But there are a couple more things to think about. Look at these sentences. They are all simple sentences. What does this tell us about simple sentences? First, a simple sentence can have two subjects. Also, a simple sentence can have two verbs. Next, a simple sentence can have different objects. Finally, a simple sentence can come with a phrase, which can come before or after the independent clause. So actually, a lot of people think a simple sentence is short, but that's not always true. Now, let's think about how to use a simple sentence. You saw earlier that using too many simple sentences can make writing choppy. It's true that reading a text composed of only simple sentences might become boring. However, consider these notes. 1. Technical writing tends to use simple sentences because they are clear to understand and easy to follow. 2. Simple sentences are an effective and powerful tool to emphasize key points or break up a lot of long sentences. And 3, adding phrases to the simple sentences is a great way to keep the writing clear and easy to understand, but it also adds interest and important information to the sentence at the same time. A note of caution: Some common errors that happen with simple sentences are thinking that a dependent clause is a simple sentence. This is probably the number one error. Next, forgetting the subject. Without a subject, the sentence just becomes a phrase. Another common mistake is not putting a comma after using a phrase when the phrase comes before the independent clause. And finally, using too many simple sentences in a row without varying the phrases, as we saw before, makes the writing choppy. Now it's your turn. Read this text and find 4 mistakes that have been made with simple sentences, dependent clauses, and independent clauses and phrases. Pause the video while you do this. Let's look at this more closely. The first mistake is in the first sentence where the student uses a dependent clause as a simple sentence because of the word when. Next, the student has added a phrase to this simple sentence but has forgotten to add a comma. Then the student uses many short simple sentences in a row. In fact, they are all simple sentences. It would be better to change the sentences and group some together. Finally, the student has forgotten a subject here. I see only a verb. Were you able to find all the errors? And that's it. In the next lessons, we'll look at how to group independent clauses together to make compound sentences. Thanks for listening.